Osama Bin Laden by Casey Epker and Alec Wheeler.
Osama bin Mohammed bin Awad bin Laden. Born on the 10th of March 1957, died the 2nd of May 2011. Side note: Michelle Obama was not his mother. Okay, moving on.
He was born in the Bin Laden family to billionaire Mohammed bin Awad bin Laden in Saudi Arabia.
Bin Laden joined the Jihad Muslim extremist group in 1979 at the beginning of the Soviet-Afghanistan War.
The extremist groups opposing the Soviets were supported by the United States, so basically we gave Osama access to weapons and training. He then formed the Maktab al-Qaeda Mot,
also known as the Afghan Services Bureau, was founded in 1984 to raise funds for the Jihad forces against the Soviets. MAK became a big part of al-Qaeda fundraising in the 1990s.
September 11, 2001, the day Osama became infamous. The terrorist attacks on the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and Flight 93 were fundraised by Osama and al-Qaeda.
In May of 1998, ABC News correspondent John Miller went to Afghanistan to conduct an interview with bin Laden. Bin Laden's appearance was cause for celebration for his men.
All hell breaks loose. Missiles are shot up in the air, tracer bullets, and men love to see him. When he walks into the room and you realize this guy is 6'3" or 6'4", he never raises his voice. He doesn't pound the table or use his fist. He's not a fiery orator. He's soft-spoken. But the words he was using were extremely powerful and frightening. He had three principal issues. One was to remove the U.S. military presence from Saudi Arabia. The other was to end the U.S. support of Israel, particularly as it affected negatively the Palestinians. And three was, at that time, an immediate halt to the bombing of Iraq, and even still now today, an end to sanctions that he felt adversely affected Iraqi women and children and innocents.
Miller questioned bin Laden about the disturbing fatwa targeting American civilians. Bin Laden fired back.
American history does not distinguish between civilians and military, not even women and children. They're the ones who used the bombs against Nagasaki and Hiroshima. The fatwa applies to all those who assist and support in killing the sons of Muslims.
Good evening. Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children. It was nearly 10 years ago that a bright September day was darkened by the worst attack on the American people in our history. The images of 9/11 are seared into our national memory: hijacked planes cutting through a cloudless September sky, the Twin Towers collapsing to the ground, smoke billowing up from the Pentagon, the wreckage of Flight 93 in Pennsylvania, where the actions of heroic citizens saved even more heartbreak and destruction. And yet we know that the worst images are those that were unseen to the world. The empty seat at the dinner table. Children who were forced to grow up without their mother or their father. Parents who would never know the feeling of their child's embrace. Nearly 3,000 citizens taken from us, leaving a gaping hole in our hearts on September 11, 2001. In our time of grief, the American people came together. We offered our neighbors a hand, and we offered the wounded our blood. We reaffirmed our ties to each other and our love as community and country. On that day, no matter where we came from, what God we prayed to, or what race or ethnicity we were united as one American family.